Quick Crypto bringing you quick Kaspa news, and we are back once again with some more fresh insight into if and when Binance will list Kaspa. Insider Wolfie recently dropped a lot of alpha information in his recent podcast interview with Ankit, host of XXIM, also regarding Binance Exchange. Head researcher for Uphold Exchange, Dr. Martin Heisberg, also gave his perspective on the matter as well. And to add a cherry on top of the Binance Kaspa listing rumours, Binance themselves just uploaded a post on Twitter which to me heavily implies to Kaspa's block DAG architecture and 10 BPS, to which we are going to start the video of today with this post. So as we can see, July 1st. What if blockchains could multitask? Parallelization enables faster, cheaper, and more scalable networks by executing transactions side by side. And as we delve deeper into the article, it covers the method of parallelization, as well as the benefits of parallelization. But then the most important segment, especially for this interview, are the various types of parallelization: transactional level, smart contract level, and also block level parallelization, which we're going to be discussing in this video. We go all the way down to block level right here. We can see, quote, block level parallelization involves the concurrent creation and validation of blocks, aiming to improve network scalability. By processing multiple blocks at the same time, this approach helps the blockchain accommodate more transactions and prevent potential network congestions. So, aka Kaspa's block DAG architecture is Ghost DAG protocol. This is evidently to me talking about Kaspa, and now with Kaspa's Rusty migration and 10 BPS, Kaspa can now process 10 blocks per second, technically speaking 10 parallel blocks, which is nuts. In my belief, that passage of text very clearly identifies and indicates to Kaspa, which has already rallied the Kaspa army once again into believing that Binance are soon going to list Kaspa and that it is inevitable. You can see the support here is unfounded, absolutely insane. Even Wolfie, as we can see if you scroll up, Wolfie here chimed in as well, saying, what if you upgraded to the newer version of Rusty Kaspa, version 1.0.1, which removes the obsolete dust prevention mechanism and allows for easier work with multi-output transactions, which is huge news and once more a massive upgrade. That actually leads me into the next paragraph here in the block level parallelization post here, which supports my belief that Binance is going to list Kaspa in the near future. Again, quote, block level parallelization requires careful implementation to avoid compromising the security of the blockchain. Moreover, block level parallelization demands more computational resources, which raises the hardware requirements for network nodes. This could potentially limit the ability for some users to participate in the network, negatively affecting its decentralization and accessibility. So those are the potential shortcomings of block level parallelization, but these are the shortcomings, the issues that Kaspa has already addressed and solved. The pruning feature for Kaspa reduces storage requirements for nodes, which fosters decentralization and accessibility. The K-heavy hash promotes more distributed mining through GPU-friendly hashing, so everybody can get involved, even with decade-old hardware. I've seen people with 2012 Max mining node with Kaspa. And then the high block rate, the 10 BPS, reduces MEV opportunities by limiting the time and control a single miner has over the transaction orders, inherently making Kaspa more secure. So the shortcomings of block level parallelization Kaspa has addressed, and they're continuing to address more and more. The DAG Knight will be a massive step up from there as well, making it also scalable with latency. The best part about all of this is that Binance are most definitely well aware of Kaspa's tech. As Wolfie confirmed in the segment of this interview with Ankit XXIM, Binance have been hammering Kaspa with tech questions for the last 6 weeks straight. It's not a dead room by any means, so my belief, not financial advice, but I'm very sure they will list Kaspa. But as Wolfie also confirms, they're probably just waiting until it makes business sense. So ultimately, when the market is in a huge uptrend, breaking out and retail come flooding back into the crypto space. Take a listen to the interview here.
Binance has been hammering us with tech questions for the last 6 weeks, probably. Okay. This morning. They were going at it last night. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
So there is something behind the scenes happening.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been going on for a year and a half. I don't get excited anymore because it's been going on for 18 months. Yeah, I mean, 2 Christmases ago.
So I thought, well,
Sure.
I've got you here. You can clarify if those rumors had any substantiation behind them.
Okay, so I can tell you facts that we know. So facts, I'm in the integration room, and facts, they never mention anything in there about when, or like we're thinking about it, or we need, if you can give us this and this, or provide a market maker, then we'll turn on trading on this day or in the next 6 weeks or something. They never said a peep about it. That's a fact. Then, but they continue to ask questions about how to make it run like a top. So there's I mean, I don't think they're doing it for fun. They're a business, and they're not in the favor business. Okay.
No.
But they have a plan, I would imagine when it's convenient for them and it makes the most business sense, they probably will turn on spot trading.
Yeah.
Now this is another fact. There was about a series of 4 tweets in about 36 hours, 36 or 48 hours in 1 or 2 days. CZ himself plus Binance on Twitter. Binance posted 3 real hints about Kaspa, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And then, one was like, what is the trilemma?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. That
And
was
then there was one like, there was one where it even had the hat, like
right.
Michael Sutton is Orthodox Jewish, and he has the hat, and there was a picture with him with the hat on from Australia last November, and then all of a sudden there's like this silhouette with the exact same hat. It wasn't a cowboy hat; it was the Sutton hat,
Right.
So they seem to be poking, to do a little experiment and see what kind of likes or reaction they got to test how big the community was or something. Maybe they're doing their own research to see, is it really, like, if we're not getting a pile of coins out of these people, is it really this big of a deal? Should we maybe turn on trading this year sometime? Like, I don't know. They don't tell me anything, but we've been in contact with them for almost 2 years now.
Now, trust me, I know we have all been waiting for this Binance listing for well over a year now. Since December 2023, technically, even Wolfie stated that he thought we'd get a listing 2 Decembers ago. Nicholas Sismel, who was the ex-head of listing for Binance and now is head of Kas Media, he also gave an insight as well and highlighted in this article that there were technical difficulties on Binance's part. Kaspa is so revolutionary and foreign to what Binance is accustomed to that it takes time and it takes a while for them to fully integrate and audit the code and technology. Furthermore, for those who may not know, Binance are very, very strict when it's code and tech audits, more so than any exchange in the world, and this is primarily due to compliance issues. Thus, while the wait is longer than expected and it has been well overdue, the interest is definitely there. Wolfie pointed to the complexity of Kaspa as both a strength as well as a hurdle, as we can see right here. When you have a breakthrough layer 1 that's very complex and only 5 people in the world understand how it works, so Son Belinsky, Michael Sutton, you could argue Crypto Aspect, and some others ones that I'm sure are very well integrated, but I don't know the whole names of them. That's my lack of information there. But when only 5 people know how the code and how Kaspa actually works, and you don't have a foundational wallet to pay for listings either, exchanges are less inclined to integrate it because it's a bigger risk to reward for them. But the fact, again, that Binance have been hammering tech questions and actively conversing with Kaspa for weeks, if not for years, is reassuring and positive proof that Binance are still very interested in Kaspa, and they see the opportunity in Kaspa as well. And given the market sentiment, the M2 money supply that is suggesting that Bitcoin's about to go through another leg up, the Kaspa smart contracts that are coming out this month, Igra Lab, testnet coming out this month, Casplex, hopefully their mainnet will come out this month, their testnet's already out. Binance hopefully could be ready to finally push that button and issue a Kaspa spot listing. And this recent post of Binance may be proof of that as well. also spoken about in the interview, which I'm not going to play here, but you can watch the interview yourself if you have not done so already. The Kaspa community has carried this project through thick and thin. Remember when Kraken finally announced their listing of Kaspa? It became their most viewed tweet ever. 1.3 million views. That shows the power of this community. So there, as a result, is a strong speculation from Wolfie, from myself, and many others that supports a theory that these major tier 1 exchanges, these major tier 1s, are making posts hinting at Kaspa to farm engagement, to see if it's worth for them to take the risk in buying Kaspa out of their own pocket, which they are not used to. They're used to being paid for a listing, and then out of their own pocket listing Kaspa. Crypto.com have been doing it. OKX have been hinting at it for a while. Binance have been the most obvious, with 3, 4, or even 5 posts that were made public this year, talking about the blockchain trilemma, block time over clock time, the crescendo piano, Michael Sutton's hat and outfit, and then, of course, this post here as well. Binance will come, in my belief, and I count myself very, very fortunate, truth be told, maybe frustratingly so, considering Kaspa has been stagnant since August, although people are now saying, technically speaking, for over a year, which you could argue, although it only started going down from August. Point being is, frustratingly, yes, but I still count myself fortunate that I can scoop up Kaspa before the other major tier 1s list the project. Because once it does, once Binance lists Kaspa, I believe many more will very quickly follow in suit. And if you want to learn much more, to understand how to better capitalize in these markets through a lot more information, information, what more, then come check out the Coin Factory VIP group. We have a limited time offer where you can join for free for 7 days free, as we can see here. And now, thanks to our working together with BYDFI, in exchange of no KYC, no VPN, and regulatory licenses in Canada, the United States, and many more regions, should you sign up through the affiliate link down below in the description and follow the steps in our free Discord server, you will receive many benefits, including permanent VIP access to the BYDFI channels in there, and a 1-month free trial to the Coin Factory executives. With us right now, they're currently holding a new user deposit campaign, a chance to get up to a free $2,000 bonus when trading. If that interests you, link down below in the description, and I hope to see you there. Now, Uphold's head of listing, Dr. Martin Heisberg, has another perspective on the matter, which is very insightful in my belief. He says the reason that Coinbase and Binance are avoiding embracing Kaspa is because they know Kaspa is a massive threat to their systems, being the base chain and the BNB chain. In that regard, BNB actually have just introduced the Maxwell hard fork upgrade just a few days ago that reduces BSC block times from 1.5 seconds to 0.75 seconds to enhance transaction speed and network responsiveness. This upgrade will also improve validator communication and accelerate block syncing, benefiting users, developers, validators, and node operators. A very, very good upgrade for BNB. And it's now become more competitive, which is great for them. But, you know, technically Kaspa's block time is 0.1 seconds, 10 blocks per second, 10 BPS. So while BNB is now more competitive, it still doesn't hold a flame to Kaspa. In saying that though, going back full circle, maybe the doc is right. Maybe they are scared of Kaspa, and therefore this upgrade from BNB, which has not surpassed Kaspa but made it more competitive, may further delay a Kaspa listing. You know what, this post actually reminds me of something that Kasplex's co-founder Chris Kang stated last year in September, that 10 BPS with Kaspa and ZK opcodes with Kaspa will become the endgame, faster, cheaper, safer, and still decentralized. This last paragraph, the last thread here, is the most important to me, stating that the existing layer 2 solutions out there, being Base, being BNB, being many more, these existing layer 2 solutions might not want to give up their centralized sequencer schemes. Why? Because they are already generating income, millions of dollars to hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars a month. They are creating insane revenue already with their outdated, terrible centralized schemes. They're already making stupid money. Therefore, as a result, not wanting to shift to decentralized, not wanting to give that up, they may also try to suppress Kaspa as a result. Ordinary users, which I'm sure many won't understand that, many don't actually understand what they're holding or understand the space entirely. Ordinary users might not realize that the layer 2s they are using are actually a centralized service, meaning they can just stop the transaction whenever they want to. They have the power to just pull the pin whenever they want. Decentralization is security. However, they should know Kaspa Decentralization, with its ability to verify ZK proofs, will become the infrastructure for the entire blockchain world. The same way the world tried to suppress and deny Bitcoin from being a form of viable currency or money. The same way they tried to suppress and deny the internet from taking over as the new means of transferring and receiving and distributing information. They will try and have tried to suppress Kaspa. And once more, in my belief, it's not financial advice again, but in my belief, they will not be able to. They have to adopt in order to get ahead of the game and stay relevant. My belief in that is also due to the KII. KII responded to Doc's post here, responding to similar queries about what if Kaspa gets left behind. And they stated that Kaspa represents a new long-term asset class that is an existential threat to many of the rest of the players in this playing field. And that they are currently working on the ZETEX, a zero emission trading exchange, which is for arguably a much bigger addressable market than that of Binance's and Coinbase's. And that's not even mentioning the Warp Core and Gigawatt stablecoin, all three of which are going to be live and in pilot this year's Q4 in just 3 months' time. There's so much more to come, family. Kaspa, once again, is also trying to retest and surpass that critical 8 cents level of resistance. Like it did back in April back here, we saw it consolidate for about a week, and then we saw it break out with Bitcoin on the cusp of breaking 110k once again. It did so early and then got rejected. If we can see Bitcoin make that move upwards, which tomorrow's unemployment data could be a good indicator of that. Once Bitcoin breaks out, I'm very confident Kaspa will also break above 8 cents, and that will hopefully be the move needed for a bit more volatility, a bit more good price action for the crypto market. Altcoins to do a lot better, and we'll see Kaspa hopefully rally from there on as well. But let me know down below in the comments section, and if you enjoyed the video, as always, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Always do your own research, and if you want to learn more, then come check out the VIP group. And as always, don't be emotional, be logical, and I'll see you in the next one.